Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your GIS News for Thursday, November 2. The Kingston Public, Spanish Town and National Chest hospitals will all have new elevators within the next 6 months. Malfunctioning of elevators at the facilities has severely hampered surgeries and movement of patients. So yesterday, the Ministry of Health signed contracts with Jamaica electrical and mechanical engineers to replace the outdated lifts at a total cost of $44.9 million. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the replacement of the elevators will provide critical logistic support to the hospitals.
It is a signaling of our intention as a government, as a country, to modernizing or bringing healthcare and the capacity to respond to the healthcare needs of our population into modern times.
Dr. Tufton says regular maintenance will ensure that the elevators perform efficiently. The replacements are being financed by grants from the National Health Fund. In other health news, the case for investment to prevent non-communicable diseases, NCDs, in Jamaica has been laid against the stark economic realities. In the Caribbean, 3 out of 4 deaths are due to non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and chronic respiratory disease. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the economic cost of that must be weighed and factored in policy planning.
For me, it's not a difficult sell, and in fact I insist on it as minister to place a lot of emphasis on research and data to drive decision making.
Dr. Tufton was speaking at a recent forum held at the University of the West Indies Mona Visitors Lodge. He insisted that more people must come to appreciate the impact of lifestyle choices on their health. The health minister pointed out that a number of initiatives have started and said a lot more was planned to change negative lifestyle behavior related to food consumption and physical activity.
Many of us are not even prepared to accept that we have a crisis until the crisis becomes very personal, very upfront and very close, either you or someone you love. I'm talking about the 30% of premature deaths or the 70% of persons who are influenced by the fact that they overindulged in salts, sugars, fats, alcohol, tobacco. It's nice to do it while it's not affecting you, but when it hits home, oftentimes it's way too late.
Residents in the Denham Town zone of special operations are in line to benefit from an integrated package of physical and human capital development. In Parliament Tuesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said some of the initiatives were already underway. They include a project to pave 2,609 square meters of roadway in Hannahtown, Denham Town and Tivoli Gardens. Upgrading of water supply and distribution pipelines, as well as the cleaning of existing and installation of new sewer pipes, will also be carried out.
What this zone will do is to create the space in which these projects can be more effectively managed and implemented.
Through an alternative livelihood and skills development program, over 300 young persons in the Denham Town ZOSO are receiving training, certification internships, and employment. An enterprise development project targeting new and existing businesses within the community and a sports program will also be undertaken. Government is currently looking to procure closed-circuit television (CCTV) systems for secondary schools. Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid made the announcement during this week's post-cabinet media briefing at Jamaica House.
What I want is a CCTV camera network right across the entire education system, and what that artificial intelligence system capability would allow not only for you to be able to have accurate surveillance of the school, whether through weapons or any behaviors that are abnormal. And we are currently looking at procuring such capabilities.
Minister Reid was responding to media questions in relation to this week's reports of fighting at Anchovy High School, which resulted in a teacher being injured. A report to the Education Ministry confirmed that the teacher was attacked and hit over the head after he made attempts to prevent students who were fighting from rushing into his office on Monday. The Anchovy police station was contacted and 4 students were subsequently held and taken to the station. A meeting was held with staff, education officers and members of the JCF's Community Safety and Security Branch on Tuesday. Coming out of that meeting, it was agreed that the police will assign a school resource officer and organize more frequent patrols in the vicinity of the school, as well as random checks of students and vendors.
Further to that, I have asked Dr. Grace McLean, which is the Chief Education Officer, to also work to develop a strategic plan that will help to improve the overall management at the school. I gather there are some gaps down there, and so we need a whole program of turnaround. I'll speak in more detail on that once we have concluded that plan.
Government has set a revised timeline to give an official response to a Jamaica House petition on the Cockpit Country. The government had missed the 30-day deadline to respond to the petition, which garnered support from over 15,000 persons. However, in a statement, the Office of the Prime Minister says Cabinet continues to deliberate on matters relating to the Cockpit Country. The OPM says consultation with the environmental community regarding the draft boundaries was also being done. And the Prime Minister has also reiterated government support for initiatives aimed at protecting the environment. He encouraged citizens to be more caring of their surroundings and to adopt sustainable environmental practices. And finally, the Child Development Agency, CDA, and the Office of the Children's Registry, OCR, have now merged, forming a new entity, the Child Protection and Family Services Agency. Education, Youth and Information State Minister Floyd Green made the announcement in a press release yesterday. The OCR receives, records, assesses and refers all cases of child abuse, including missing children, to the Child Development Agency, which partners with the Office of the Children's Advocate to investigate and take action. The merger is expected to create a more efficient child protection sector with emphasis on pooling of resources, timeliness and eventual increase in the Field Services Division staff complement. A press briefing will be held next week to further outline the phases of the merger. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.